What is up, guys? Welcome to part 2 of this long pickup video. Definitely check out part 1 if you didn't see it. I recommend just watching that one first. There was a really rare game in that video, so I wanted to put some good stuff in both parts and not just make part 2 the only good one. So there's definitely some good stuff in part 1. I highly recommend going back and checking it out. With that said, part 2, this part right now, is going to be a lot better. So we're going to start with some more Sega stuff. I said that I showed all the Sega stuff last time, and I was mistaken, because I had it in 2 little separate stacks. So we have 2 complete in box Game Gear games, which I have not added a Game Gear game to my collection in over a year, and I only have 6, so this makes 8. But we have Joe Montana Football, and also Clutch Hitter. Not great titles, and they're actually both missing manuals, so if you have manuals to either of these, please let me know. I would love to work out a trade or buy them from you. Both of these boxes came from the Vancouver Toy Show, and then we actually had both of the cartridges at the store, and we actually had doubles of both of them, so I didn't feel bad taking one of those. They were only, $3 games anyway, but 2 more Game Gear games for the collection. Pretty cool. Another thing that I never add to the collection are Sega Pico games, and I have 4 more here. If you don't know what the Sega Pico is, it's basically like a Leapfrog type thing. It's like an educational system, but it was made by Sega, and it was done well before Leapfrog was like super popular. I don't know if Leapfrog was even around back then. I don't want to say they weren't because I don't know, but if they were, they definitely weren't super popular. I have 4 more Pico games here, and we have the Berenstain Bears. I'm just going to go through these kind of quick because I know most people don't care about these. Math Antics with 101 Dalmatians. They are all complete in box, of course. And then the Great Counting Caper with the 3 blind mice. And then the last one here is actually really cool, and it might be the most expensive Pico game. It's kind of hard to tell because a lot of the games, when I look them up on eBay, there's none posted and none sold, and I don't think it's because they're expensive or rare. I think it's just because nobody cares about them and no one knows what they are. But this last one here is Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World, which I think is pretty dang cool. And from what I can tell on eBay, this one, complete in box like this, is selling for between like 60 to 80. Next up, this was a condition upgrade, and this is a very nice condition upgrade. And this is a black Nintendo 64 controller, North American. And you guys know that I love collecting complete in box Nintendo 64 controllers as well as games, The one that I had originally I got from my friend Kevin. The box was not in terrible shape, but it was a little, beat up. And it didn't have, I think it didn't have the cardboard insert, and it also didn't have the baggie, but this one is fully complete with both of those, so super awesome. It's in like near mint condition. I'm really happy with that one. And then let's go through the DS and 3DS games. First up, this is the Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon Steelbook Edition, which was an Amazon exclusive. It is opened, but everything is, it's fully complete, and everything is in there, both games and the Steelbook. Glad to get that because I missed out on it when it was on Amazon, and luckily it just came into the store. Next up is the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Amazon exclusive Steelbook Edition, and this one is actually still sealed. And this is another one that I missed when this came out. I tried to get it and I missed it, so I think I have every other version of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and of the regular Sun and Moon. There was like 7 or 8 different boxes with different figures and different things, so I think with those 2 I have all of them now, which is very cool. Then we have Professor Layton Unwound Future. This is a factory sealed copy that came into the store. And that's what you're going to notice with a lot of these games, because I try not to take too much from the store, and some people try to call me out for it and say that I'm taking all the good stuff, which of course is not true. When like a sealed DS game comes in, especially if it's something that no one's going to buy, I want to hold on to it because I like collecting the sealed games like that when I can find them cheap. And this is an example of that. This is Wizards of Waverly Place Spellbound, but it is factory sealed. A few better games here. We have Chrono Trigger, Kirby Canvas Curse. These are all opened. Custom Robo Arena, and then Full Metal Alchemist trading card game. This one is missing a manual, so if you have a manual for this, please let me know. The reason I didn't just, leave it for the store is because it comes with the trading card, which I assume is very difficult to find, at least harder to find than any other part of it. So if you have a manual for that game, please let me know. And we also have a sealed copy of Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, another trade-in, and then another trade-in here, a sealed copy of Etrian Odyssey 5 Beyond the Myth. This comes in a big box here with a soundtrack, I believe. Next up, another system. That is a PSP. This is the value pack. box isn't in perfect shape. It's got this rip here, but other than that, it's really not bad. It seems like it's got some extra stuff in it that didn't originally come with it. There's no cardboard insert, but it's completely full of stuff. So there's like a case on the system. There's like some weird plastic case for a game, which I kind of don't think originally came in this, but it's all in there, and you know, who cares. So this is my second PSP. They're both 1000 models, but the other one came with like ATV Off-Road Fury, so that's a different boxed bundle, which is always cool to add to the collection. I also have one PSP game, and that is Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. And Josh traded this into the game store. He needed some cash, and so this is one of the games he brought. There was also Persona for the PSP, but that one didn't have a manual, so I didn't keep it, and it actually already sold at the store, but that one was complete, so I added that to the collection. And I got some Switch stuff here as well. So from Limited Run, I picked up Night Trap, and it's got the card and the little ticket thing on the back there. I'm really not trying to keep up with the Switch games as they come out. It's just way too expensive. I do have a few here, of course, but I'm not buying all of them. This is Limited Run number 8, and I think I got 1, 2, and 8 from Limited Run so far, so I'm, skipping a bunch. I can't afford to keep up with it. Another one, though, from Super Rare Games is Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. And if you haven't heard of Super Rare Games, they're kind of doing what Limited Run is doing, except they're a much, much smaller company, and they're based in the UK, so they're PAL games, but the Switch is region-free. So a lot of their games are limited to 4,000 or 5,000 copies, so if you're looking to collect some Switch stuff that is going to be hard to find in the future, I would go with Super Rare Games. Next up, 2 special editions from NAS America. I would definitely recommend trying to keep up with their limited edition releases if you can as they come out. But this is Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, or Dana, limited edition. Comes in a big box here with a bunch of stuff. And then separately, there was a letter opener, which is very, very cool. And then the last Switch game is also from NAS America. That is the SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy Diamond Dream Edition. It's a gigantic box here. Super cool packaging. I love the box. Yeah, this is just super cool. I like that the Switch is getting a lot of limited editions. It's hard to keep up with, and that sucks, but it is cool that there's a wide variety of stuff to collect for the Switch already, because, the Wii U, I love the Wii U. The Wii U is great, but as far as, limited editions go, a lot of them were just amiibo bundles, which is fine, but stuff like this is way more fun to collect, and it looks really, really cool. We have another condition upgrade here, and this was a really, really nice one, too. The last copy that I had of this, I picked up at PRGE, I believe last year, for like $40, which is a really, really good price, but it was in horrible shape, so this one is so much better, and that is a complete copy of Mario Paint. This box is in excellent condition. The last one I had was really crushed and faded and worn on the edges and everything. It just looked terrible, so this is a really nice upgrade. And I think I actually already sold the extra box at the store. I have 4 empty boxes here, and then 2 complete games. So the first one is Boxel. And if you have a manual for this, let me know. I don't really care about the cartridge. I can always find that super easy, but the manual I don't have. Also, Flip Pole, but one word. If you have a manual for this as well, let me know. As well as Alleyway. These boxes are in really nice shape too. And then Q-Billion, I actually do have the manual for this one. But I need a cartridge for this, and I don't think I'm going to come across that cartridge. I've never even heard of that game until I saw that box. But those were all from the Vancouver Toy Show. And then 2 complete games here are Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith for the Game Boy Advance. And this last one here was traded into the store, and that is a Game Boy Color game, and that's Wario Land 3. And this one is fully complete as well, so that's very, very cool. We still have PS2, NES, PS1, N64, and Super Nintendo. So let's go with NES right here. A lot of these boxes came from the Vancouver Toy Show. I did vlog on that day, so you can go and check that out, but someone was selling these boxes for, I think it was $3 each or $5 each or something like that, which was just crazy. And then the manuals were $1 each, so I just bought all of them. So these are the ones that I was able to add to my collection. Some of the other ones I already had, and mine were in better shape, so I donated those to the store, or the store bought them or whatever. So a lot of these are box only. So I need a manual for this one, that is Sky Kid. Need that manual. Adventures of Lolo. The manual for that one is in there. The original Mario Bros. Arcade, which is super awesome. To get a box like this for like $5 is just insane. And this one does have the manual as well. And then Pinball. This one doesn't have a manual, but I know for a fact that I have one at the store because I just went through and priced all the manuals today for PRGE. And then there's Rad Racer, really crushed in horrible shape, but I don't have it, so it's a placeholder. And then also Double Dribble, another placeholder. It's in pretty rough shape. Ice Hockey, Major League Baseball, another placeholder. And then Little League Baseball Championship Series. We might actually have this cartridge at the store right now. I'm not sure. We definitely have some Little League Baseball game for the NES. I don't know if there's more than one. And then this one is a condition upgrade. That is Super Mario Bros. 3. Pretty nice shape on that one. That one is fully complete. This one is also fully complete. That's Bubble Bobble, one of my favorite NES games. Very glad to get that one. And then this is probably the best NES game I have to show you. It's not the last one, but it's the best one. And that is the original Donkey Kong Jr. And this is complete in box. I got the box and the manual for $6 from the toy show, and then I had the cartridge at the store. I had like 2 or 3 copies, so I just took one of those ones and was able to complete that. This is very expensive. I don't know exactly what it goes for, but it's like $150 or 180 or something like that. So to complete that for $6 was insane, and I'm super happy to have that one knocked off the list. Another box, 10-Yard Fight. And the last empty box is Dr. Mario. This is a placeholder because it's pretty crushed. And then the rest of these at least have the cartridges. A lot of them are just complete though. We have WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge. That one was traded into the store. Also Stealth ATF was traded into the store along with the Immortal. And then I think this one was as well. That's Othello. This box has like some water damage or something. It's not terrible, but it's not perfect. And then Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf and RBI Baseball. This box is in really rough shape. This one was also traded in. That is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This one I need a manual for, so if you have a manual for that, please let me know. And then the last one is a condition upgrade. That is The Legend of Zelda. So those are all the NES games that I've got to show. So let's jump into PS2, and there are some really rare games in here for the PS2. A lot of sealed games as well. And if you've been following the vlogs, you've probably seen most of these already, but for those who just watch the pickup videos, this one's for you, of course. So we have Star Ocean Till the End of Time in the big box. My copy was just the regular copy without the cardboard box there, so that's an upgrade. That one's traded into the store. These came in together at the store. Sealed copies of Strawberry Shortcake and Dora the Explorer. Nothing special, but they are both factory sealed. This is also traded in, a sealed copy of Star Wars Starfighter. And then my friend Luke found this at the Goodwill outlet and brought it to the store, and I bought it from him. And that is a complete copy of God Hand, which is not an easy game to find. I think it goes for like 50 or 60. And so he got it for $2, and then I think I gave him 35 for it, so very nice addition to the collection there. And then we have the Magna Carta Tears of Blood Deluxe box set. Comes in a big box here with like a little art book and stuff, and this was also traded into the store. Another one that was traded in is Gungrave, a game that I had actually never even heard of until it was traded in. A few more factory sealed games here that were traded into the store. We have Final Fantasy X-2 Black Label. Ready to Rumble Boxing, Round 2. These are all sealed. Resident Evil Code Veronica X, this is the 5th Anniversary Edition. And then also Power Drome. These last 3 are PAL-exclusive PS2 games, and they are actually exclusive to India. And Mukjinder sent these to me. He donated these to my collection, which is super awesome. Thanks again. And I had never heard of any of these. I actually wasn't even aware that there were PS2 games exclusive to India. Not that I didn't think it was possible, it's just not something I ever thought of, so I didn't know. But apparently all 3 of these are really hard to find. So the first one is a big box, SingStar Bollywood. And this had a bunch of tape on it. It had like clear packing tape across the entire thing, which I was able to peel off, and it didn't rip it at all. So that was cool. The game inside is factory sealed. I could not find this boxed version. I could only find it like sealed in a blister pack. So the cardboard box version looks like it's even harder to find than that one. So that is a very cool addition to the collection. I love it. And then 2 standard release games here that are, once again, exclusive to India. And these are both actually factory sealed. I've been told by multiple people now that these games are both pretty rare. So, you know, especially to find in the United States, and especially to find sealed. So we have Raw 1, the game, And while they are both sealed, they are not in perfect shape. This one actually, the seal is pretty good on this, but the disc inside is loose. And then the other one here has a big rip, but that is, I believe it's Hanuman Boy Warrior, which this is also sealed, but it's got a decent rip on the back. But still, extremely cool and super awesome that you, Mookgender, decided to donate those to the collection. I can't say thank you enough. That is super awesome. I will love them forever. I have one really, really rare item here to show you guys, which I bought this thinking that it was a double, and I bought it because it was a really good price, and I was thinking, oh, I'll trade this for one that I don't have. And then when I got it here, I realized I didn't have it. So this is a factory-sealed ice blue Nintendo 64 controller. Purchased this from someone over a Facebook group, and I think it was something like 170 shipped, which is a pretty good deal. I think they normally go for about $250 to $275 for this one sealed. The condition is not the best on this. Unfortunately, it does not stand up on its own. It falls forward. And there's yellowing up here, there's a dent, there's, dents in the plastic, so it's not perfect, but for that price, I really can't complain. Super awesome. I'm only missing a couple more of them to have all of them sealed. I'm missing the fire orange one and the gold one, so I want to look out for those, although I'm not willing to spend the money right now. Next up, I have a stack of manuals. Some of these manuals are to go in the boxes that I have right here. Some of them are extras, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. Some of them are extras that I already have, and some of them are just manuals for games that I don't have yet, so I'm probably going to hold on to them. But this one actually was for a game that I already had, but it didn't have the manual, and I realized I had one at the store, so I took it, and it was the Dr. Mario and Tetris for the Super Nintendo. And then we have Donald Duck going Quackers, R-Type 3 in really bad shape, Final Fight 2, Sparkster, WWF Attitude, San Francisco Rush 2049. This is the Killer Instinct Gold move card. Syndicate for Super Nintendo, Young Merlin, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, Weapon Lord, Aiden Chronicles First Mage, Fatal Fury 2, and Power Moves. So like I said, some of these go in boxes that I'm about to show you, and some of them are ones like R-Type 3. I've already got that game complete, so that's an extra manual. It is in really rough shape, that one in particular. It's got all these creases on the front, and then the back is obviously all ripped up. But it was only $19, and I got a discount on that. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys PS1 next, which, in my opinion, out of everything that I've had in both of these parts of this video to show you guys, PS1 is by far the most quality. So there is so much good stuff in here, so we're just going to jump into it. A lot of the stuff you're going to recognize from the store. This one still has a price tag on it, but that is Threads of Fate. And then Xevious 3D G+, which, it's like a $60 game, I think, but it's actually really, really hard to find. This is a cheap one, but just kind of a cool little oddity. It's NASCAR 98 Collector's Edition. Tecmo's Deception. Beyond the Beyond, which is a game that I think looks really, really cool. And then Brave Fencer Musashi. And then there's some weird ones like this that aren't expensive, but they're just really uncommon, obscure titles I've never heard of, so I decided to hold on to them. First one is Overblood. Then also Soul of the Samurai. This one is super awesome. Castlevania Chronicles. I thought that I had this game when it came into the store, but then I was going through and adding a couple of the other ones in and realized I didn't have it, so I had to keep it. So super awesome. And then another obscure one, Danger Girl. It's like comic book style. Then a factory-sealed Chronicles of the Sword. This one came into the store as well. It's not an expensive game. It's not an expensive game opened. It's hard to find information on like a sealed copy. It looks like there hasn't been one that is sold for like 5 years on eBay that it's been sealed, so I don't really know what it's worth. Future Cop LAPD, just another obscure title I've never seen before. Same with Robo Pit. So we have The Bombing Islands. A cheap title, just one I've never heard of before, so I wanted to hold on to it. Then I have a stack here of 5 factory-sealed PS1 games that have come into the store. We have Project Overkill, Caesar's Palace, Action Man Operation Extreme, and then Kiss Pinball, And I said there were 5 sealed ones, but there was actually only 4. This one is not sealed. I wish it was, but complete copy of Clock Tower for the PS1. And this was the first, like, rare game that was traded into the store. And I wasn't going to keep it, even though I really wanted to. And then my friend Sam, he bought this from the store and donated it to my collection, and it was considered an early birthday present, which was super awesome, because it's an $80 game, and I was not going to take that from the store, especially when it was the first expensive game that had been traded in. I wanted to, you know, leave it at the store. Luckily, soon after, somebody traded in a copy of Persona 2, which I already had, so that one kind of outshined the Clock Tower anyway. Lastly, here for PS1, I have 3 long box games. These are all in excellent condition, and they are all super awesome. We have Kingsfield, and then Resident Evil, which is probably the best of the 3, and then also Doom. So super cool. I love collecting the PS1 long box stuff. I actually just love collecting all like little subsets like that. Like big box GameCube games or PS1 long box. I just think that those are really cool and fun to collect. So I'm glad to add 3 harder to find ones to the collection. So now we're going to move on to Nintendo 64, which I have a ton of here and I'm super excited about because I am about 60 to 70 games away from the complete set. And my plan is to pick up a lot of stuff from PRGE, so you guys will see that sometime soon. So we have, this is a condition upgrade that is Perfect Dark. But this is not factory sealed, but it still has the plastic on it, just cut open at the end. And this is replacing my opened copy, which didn't have the plastic on it, of course. Then we have a sealed copy of WCW Mayhem. I bought this from Retro Game Trader. It was factory sealed for $19, and I got a discount on the total purchase, so maybe a little bit cheaper than that. This next one was also a condition upgrade, that is Star Fox 64. The box that I had before was kind of crushed and it wasn't in the best shape. This one is much, much better. Then we have WWF Attitude, which you saw the manual for earlier. And then also Cyber Tiger. Another wrestling game, WCW NWO Revenge. And I'm going for the complete set here, guys, so there's a lot of filler I still need. WWF No Mercy. Complete copy of Cruisin' World. Got that for free off of eBay with my eBay bucks. Also, Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. That was also free with my eBay bucks. Then also F-Zero X. I need a manual for this one. This was also free with my eBay bucks. I'm going to look at PRGE as well for some of these manuals. So, some of them I'm asking for right now, but I might show you tomorrow that I picked one up. Also, for free from eBay with the eBay bucks is a complete copy of Shadow Man. FIFA 64, the one I'm saving is the best one. I'll save that for last before we get to the Super Nintendo stuff. And we have Wheel of Fortune. A lot of these do not have the cartridges in them, but I'm really not worried about that because I own a video game store. I get cartridges all the time. This is a condition upgrade that is Aiden Chronicles the First Mage with the plastic still on it. Very cool. Then NHL Blades of Steel 99, mint condition. NBA Jam 99, box only. I need a manual. Someone traded this into the game store. Also Turok Rage Wars. I need a new box for this one. It's in pretty bad shape. It's all crushed and ripped up. It's missing that flap. But that was also traded into the game store, and I didn't have it, so I just wanted to hold on to it as a placeholder. This was a condition upgrade that is Pokemon Snap in really, really nice shape. This is like almost like absolutely mint. There's like a tiny little crease right here, but other than that, there's no other creases, no markings, no rips, anything like that. Super awesome. And we also have A Bug's Life. I believe this is the one that Abby bought me for my birthday before realizing that we already had it, but at least it was a condition upgrade, so that's awesome. And then she also got me for my birthday Arrow Gauge. And then lastly from her, for my birthday, she also got a factory sealed copy of Xena Warrior Princess, Talisman of Fate. And then the last N64 game I bought from somebody off of a Facebook group, and I paid $90 shipped. And I already had the manual. I'm not exactly sure where I got the manual from. I've had it for a while now, but I was able to put that in here and complete it. And that is a copy of Goemon's Great Adventure, which is one that I've been on the lookout for quite a while. It's not in the best shape. It's got a rip up here, which was taped back down. The box is kind of crushed, and there's creases and stuff, but I'm still glad to have it. At some point, I'll upgrade it, but I'm not in a rush. I'm more focused on completing the set rather than upgrading condition of games I already have. So that'll be good for now. We're coming to the last segment of the pickup video here, and this is Super Nintendo stuff. A few of these have the cartridges, but most of them are just boxes and manuals only. There's two that I'll save till the end that are the most expensive out of the bundle, and games that I otherwise would never be able to afford or never would want to pay for. But if you guys remember a while ago, if you've been watching the vlogs, Abby and I went to Retro Game Trader in Beaverton, Oregon, and we bought the complete Outback Joey with the system and everything in the box for a friend and shipped it out to him. And in exchange for going and picking that up and shipping it to him, he gave me some extra money on top of what he sent me to pay for the Outback Joey. And so I was able to use that money and put some of my own with it to pick up a bunch of boxes of manuals. A lot of those N64 ones you saw, and most of these Super Nintendo ones here. So let's just jump into it. We have NHLPA Hockey 93. I believe that one just came from the toy show. Then we have Revolution X, complete copy. This was traded in at the game store. And then we have Super Black Bass. I don't remember where this one came from, but this is a complete copy. I just put the manual in here today because, as I said earlier, I was going through all the manuals at the game store, pricing them out for PRGE, and I saw the Super Black Bass one, and I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I need that manual. So I double-checked, I did need it, and I was able to complete that. There's some more complete ones here, but this one is box only, or maybe box and manual. Wing Commander, The Secret Missions. That is box only, so if you have that manual, please let me know. Then Power Moves. I showed you guys the manual for that one earlier, so I have box and manual now. Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge. Really nice condition. Then also Lemmings. Complete. I believe these two, and possibly the next one or two here, came from the last collection that I bought before the game store opened. Yeah, this one too. Street Fighter II Turbo, which is also complete. Young Merlin, which I showed the manual for. This one, as you can see, still has the plastic on it, which is, I love getting games like that as much as I can. Same with this one, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, still has the plastic on it, and I showed you the manual earlier. Then one more complete one here is Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball. Nothing special, but it is complete. And then on to the last two, and these ones, this first one is box only, so if you have the manual for this game, please let me know. I'm not super concerned about the cartridge, but it's probably not a game that's going to walk into the store anytime soon, so I might be interested in the cartridge and the manual if anyone out there happens to have both, but that is Street Fighter Alpha 2. That is the box for it. And this box, I don't know the exact value, but it's over $100 for a complete copy. And that was one that I, like I said, I wouldn't be able to afford. Without my friend sending me that extra money to do him that favor, I probably would not have bought that one. Same with this one. And this one is just insane. I cannot believe that I have this yet. I don't have a cartridge. I've never had a cartridge. I've never seen a cartridge that I know of in person. And that is Syndicate. I showed you guys the manual earlier, and check this out. It still has the freaking plastic on it. This is a very expensive game as well. I don't know the exact value. It's been a little while since I looked it up. Last time I looked it up was when I put it into the spreadsheet, and that was a couple weeks ago now. But to get it in this condition with the plastic still on it, for a game like this, is really, really difficult. A game that's already pretty rare and really hard to find, to get it with the plastic on it is just that much harder, because out of all the copies of that game that still exist in, complete in box, maybe 1% of them still have the plastic on it. So that is super cool, and that's why I like getting games with the plastic on them like that, because they're so hard to find like that, and that is the closest to like fully complete that you can get. You have the game, you have the dust cover, you have the baggie, you have the cardboard insert, you have the precautions booklet, then you have the manual, and a lot of them you have other little pamphlets or registration cards or whatever it is, and then you have the box. But if you want to go one step further, you can get it with the plastic on it, which it's almost like in Donkey Kong Country, how you can beat the game 100%, but then there's extra stuff you can do to beat it 101% or 102%. To me, having that plastic on the box like that is like having it 101% complete, if that makes any sense. But I'm super glad to get that one, and I will be on the lookout for a cartridge at PRGE. So thank you guys so much for sticking through this extremely long pickup video. I'm pretty sure that this one, part 2, was much longer than part 1, which was not on purpose. I wanted them to be even, but it just worked out how it worked out. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't see part 1 and you watched this one already, just go back and check that out. It was uploaded yesterday, like I said. Thanks for watching once again. Don't forget to smack the like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.